Welcome to the world of supercars with Imperial Collection. As you can see, we have a Ferrari F430. Now, no matter how beautiful a manufacturer makes a car or how fast a manufacturer makes a car, there is always going to be somebody who wants it to go faster. And you will find that there's always going to be a tuning specialist that will oblige to do that for you. And this is what we have now. This is not a standard Ferrari F430. As you can see, just by its detail, it's got beautiful stripes on the front over here. And as you go around, it's got different kind of mag rims. It's got its own braking system. And of course, it's got a different kind of suspension as well. We'll get to the engine in a short while. But this is known as a Ferrari Novitec Rosso.
But it's black.
Yeah.
And Rosso's red.
Yes, I know, but I'm glad you bring that up. You see, Novitec are a German tuning specialist company. And what they do is, they do most cars, but they have three specific cars. They do Novitec Torado, which is for Lamborghini. They do Novitec Tridente, which is for Maserati. And they do Novitec Rosso, which is
For Ferrari. Okay, that makes sense.
There we go.
So, you showed me earlier on the most impressive, in my opinion, the most impressive part of this car, which is at the back.
Yes.
Am I jumping the gun that we go there?
No, we'll go there shortly. But let me just tell you a little bit about it.
Okay.
A standard Ferrari 430 when it came out in its day was 460 horsepower. That's a lot of horses.
It's a lot of horses.
It's a lot of horses to fit into a very small engine compartment.
What's like an average, like a Toyota Corolla 1.6? Give us a comparison.
That's about
Average.
90 horsepower. 90.
So it's like 5 Toyota Corollas.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
And that's standard.
That was standard. This, however, is something completely different. What Novitec do is they take your standard Ferrari and they say, we'll turn it into something special because you want it a little bit faster. Clearly 464 horsepower is not enough. Yeah.
Right.
So what they do is they sit there and strip out whatever they can, they adjust the suspension, they make the brakes a bit bigger because they're going to give you a lot more power. And then what they do in the back is artistry. They carbon fiber all of the inlays where the engine bay is. Then they put in these beautiful carbon fiber air filter mechanisms and tops. And then on the side of them, they put in 2 blowers.
So what?
Your blowers.
Dazi, you'd like this car?
2 big blowers. Basically what they do is they twin supercharge the engine. This little baby is running at 757 horsepower. That's about 11 or 12 Toyota Corollas in the back of it.
And what's more, you can't buy 10 Toyota Corollas for the price of one of these.
Exactly.
It's a steal.
At 1.9 million ronds. This is a bargain of the century. I can tell you it's the bargain of the century. Besides that, of course, in the inside you can customize it. You'll see it's all carbon fiber inside from the steering wheel, and on top of it, it has got launch control. There's a little button that says LC. Now, the only thing that I would recommend is if this is your car, don't use the LC too many times.
Because you burn the clutch.
There we go. Well done.
I've been hanging around with him.
And the problem is to replace the clutch on one of these is not as cheap as replacing one on a Toyota Corolla.
Well, no.
It's a little bit more expensive.
Come, let's go and have a look at the engine.
And let's look at the engine and let's start the car.
Come. So the first thing that hits me is the paraffin tin in the back. I mean, this is it's a pretty feature.
You are mocking the Germans. You must understand, Novitec is a German company.
Right.
This little box over here, the exhaust system from Novitec, is one of the most sublime parts of a car you can get. The sound that it explodes out of here is mesmerizing and gives you lots of pleasure in the nether regions. Let me just warn you.
Okay, it's very beautiful. It really is beautiful. So is this just for sound?
No. It's definitely not just for sound. This is the main box, and then of course it's got the pipes that go all the way up to the engine, into the manifold. It's a completely customized exhaust system. It's got 100 different parts inside of it that allow and basically keeps the unburnt fuel and makes the unburnt fuel explode even more. So that unburnt fuel actually gets used all the time. It's a brilliant piece of engineering from the Germans.
Here's the boys' favorite bits, the blowers.
There we go. Well, the other blowers on the side, the air filter over here that of course gives a much more breathing into the engine as well, and everything. I mean, just everything is carbon fiber inlaid or whatever.
So
beautiful.
Basically what we're seeing from here to here is Novitec, and from here forward to the driving compartment is Ferrari standard.
Very, very much so.
Welcome to the inside of the Ferrari F430 Novitec. Now this is a used car. It's got 25,723 kilometers on the clock today. First thing that strikes me when I got into it, and this is a big issue for me, I'm 6'4". I know I'm slightly larger, but the first thing that struck me when I get into this car is I can fit. And I said it with a 458 as well. I could fit into it, whereas with some of the other supercars we've driven, I didn't feel as comfortable.
It's a very, very, very valid point. Listen, the car is a racing car, but it also sits and caters for people who are bigger than normal. There we go. There's lots of space, and I mean, you're sitting comfortably.
I'm very comfortable.
There we go. That's as far back as of course the car will go. The seats will go. The amazing thing about this, and I find this rather peculiar, is that they've put in this very high-tech radio system, which we'll give you a shot of in a short while. And then the amazing thing about it is when you've got a sound of a vehicle like this guy went to the expense of putting an amplifier in.
Is that window for the amp?
That's an amplifier. So he's actually tried to make like some sound. Idiot! But you know, you can always take that out and lose a little bit of weight.
Did he cut the hole in the?
No, he must have had it made. It's purposely made. I mean, there's the amplifier, which is very, very. All he has one of Daisy's hairs.
Okay, here's the R for race, auto for automatic, and LC for large cocktail.
very, very similar. R is for reverse.
Right.
Auto is just so that if you want to cruise and you don't want to change the pedal things over here.
Okay.
And LC is for my daughter's name, Lucia Carter.
Ah, ciao Lucia.
Otherwise known as launch control. We mentioned a little bit earlier, you don't want to use it too often because it burns out the clutch and it's going to cost you a lot of money.
Standard steering?
Well, this is a standard steering wheel, but it's completely carbon fiber. So you could have just got a normal, in the 430 you would have got just a normal steering wheel, but it wouldn't have been carbon fiber unless you ordered it. Okay, so the rest of it, all the panels over here, carbon fiber, a high-tech radio. When is the last time you saw a radio like that?
Well, a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I remember back in the day, this was the business, this radio.
It was the business.
It was the business.
Yeah. The amazing thing is you can take it out. You know, see, that's where you put the CD.
The CDs,
You can put the CD
I wonder if there is a CD in there.
Oh, let's see what
there
he's
is. What is he listening to? Monster
Socky Treffers.
Oh, we got to play that, buddy. We got to play that.
That is hysterical. Now we understand why he put the amplifier in.
Well, he actually,
Monster Socky Treffers.
He's selling this car
in a Ferrari.
He's selling this car to buy a Bucky. No. Well, this is not a Socky Treffer.
No, this is a Razor. But maybe they've done it in Afrikaans. Hold on.
Oh dear.
Let's see. No, it's definitely the wrong CD. Okay, you're forgiven for that. Okay, there we go. So that's basically the inside of the car.
It's very plain. It's quite simple.
Very practical.
Not terribly flashy.
No.
It's not like a Bentley or something where you're going to have millions of buttons and beautiful everything. It's a racing car.
It's a proper racing car. You get into this. The seats just hug you. You just sit there and go, okay, let's go play.
So can you start it at least?
Let's start this little baby up. So I'm asking, why do you want a radio when you've got that?
No.
We'll just give it a little bit of time just to get our oil pressures up a little bit, and then we'll... must understand that even without it in gear, you know that this thing is going to pull you all over the place. It's quite scary.
How's its handling?
Very good. Novitec, of course, adjust all of the suspension. They put in much stiffer springs. I mean, this car's going to bounce you around on the road or over all of those bumps. It's going to be a little bit uncomfortable. But you want to take this on the track. This thing is sublime.
Wow.
That's Novitec.
Damn it, I'm sad we can't drive this car.
I've got goosebumps and a bit of a semi.
That's why I'm getting out the car.